Okay, so this lesson will be about just the general overview of the display network and how we can target our audience on the display network. So first off, we're in our campaign. This is L-arginine plus. Let's select the blood pressure campaign. That's the one I'm doing the most display on right now. I'm sending free trials to a page that looks like this. So here's our landing page. We're offering 2 weeks free trial. They just pay shipping. Anyway, it's a decent page. It converts pretty well. Not bad. Okay, so the first thing that you'll notice in the display network is there's this tab for targeting. This allows you to do it in a granular way. You can choose, keywords, placements, actual websites where you want to show up, topics, which are somewhat nebulous and determined by Google, and sometimes work. And then if you're doing display, you always want to opt into Display Campaign Optimizer, because the whole point of display is getting big reach at a reasonable cost per conversion. And Display Campaign Optimizer as a Google tool seems to work pretty well for doing that. You can also exclude certain people. You'll notice I did a split to see if women or men were performing better and what age groups were the worst, and I just removed them. So now we don't show ads to them. Then you can also do it by the ad group or the campaign. Anyway, so we're on the display network. We're on keywords. So keywords are pretty obvious. The same as search. They match up keywords in the text of the page, and not much there. Next one is placements. This will take a little bit. I've got this set to all time. Let's go last 30 days. So I'll speed it up. Okay. We get a lot of sites that produce a lot of conversions. So there's two things we can do here. So these are automatic placements. These are sites where, Google's just determined, hey, we're going to show ads because, they've got pages on blood pressure or whatever the hell else. So some of these you'll notice are managed. That means that I clicked here and I change max bid or change bid adjustments, and then that's a managed placement. It's really just a semantic argument. So the first thing to do while we're here is let's see which ones are costing us the most money and get rid of them. So 131 for Buzzle. That's not great, but it's not that bad. And if you look at I'm going to pass it. Let's sort by cost and then see which ones are underperforming. Let's extend this period out, actually. Let's give it a couple months so we can really see some numbers. Okay. And we see some underperformers. Here's one, Black Friday. Let's just pause that one. Well, no, I guess they changed it. Now we have to exclude. Okay, so that one's excluded. It's produced 0 sales on $200 trial. If we haven't got them on $200, odds are we ain't getting one. Now while we're down here, let's look at some that are overperforming too, and let's manage them. So LA Times, a pretty good one. We're spending $1.02. 1 point. We'll just bump it up a little bit. We want to just increase our reach a little bit without tanking our money. This Institute for Natural Healing is really good. So let's see, LA Times, let's get rid of that. That's a common mistake I do. So we've got 16 conversions on 247. That's amazing. So let's do this. Let's change our bid on that one to... We just bumped it up a little bit. Okay, so there's no other obvious ones to exclude. We haven't spent enough money here to really say. So let's increase our range. Let's set it to basically a calendar year. Okay. That's a different one. We only want BP. Okay. See, the ones that we're spending a lot of money on, you can tell we've flagged them. Let's lower this one's bid. Since 120 bucks, it's pretty high. It produces some conversions. We don't totally want to axe it. We just want to be making money if we're spending money. So we'll drop that one. And there we are. Go freebies. Let's just pause that. Okay, any other obvious ones? We've only spent 100 bucks. We'll leave those. This one, we want to increase our bid because it is way overperforming. And a lot of them, they're dealing donuts, but they don't look ridiculously off topic. Eye health tube, I mean, we're going to leave those. Love to know. Here, let's pause that one. And the rest of these look pretty reasonable. So that's it. That's a basic overview of placements. Now we'll go to topics. Google has these. Google has some built-in topics that all of the major ad exchanges, you know, they'll have some sort of their own way of grouping people together and making actionable demographic data off of them. You can tell here we're actually doing pretty well on heart and hypertension, which is a very close match. But 861 conversions for 45 bucks, we'll take it. We'll leave that. This one isn't actually running, but that's topics. Let's go over adding one just so you can see it. Topics right here. You know, this is a health site for men. Basically, it's mostly men. There's health conditions. Actually, diabetes is probably a good one. Let's try that. But you just pick and choose. How effective they're going to be, who knows. But we'll save that. Okay, so that's topics. Interest in remarketing. I don't really understand how topics and interests differ, so I'm not an expert on that. But remarketing now is built in. You know, you drop a cookie on your site. It adds a cookie onto their computer when they visit your site, and you can show them ads. On this one, we're excluding past buyers because we're offering a free trial, so we obviously don't want anyone that ever bought from us to get a free trial. Nice thing now is this is a fairly recent feature. Now it lets you target men and women, and right now I'm excluding women because men converted at more than double the rate. I also dropped 18 to 24-year-olds. You can target by age here. Really all you can do is exclude an ad group. It would be nice if I could adjust my bid. But they don't have, or do they? Oh, they do. So yeah, you can adjust your bid on age. I didn't realize that, but I'm not going to do it because it's too messy right now. But anyway, you see the ones which are working. The older you get, pretty much, the better better you convert. I think it was 170 for 18 to 24-year-olds. But as far as I know, I think that's about all there is to really cover on the basics of the display network. You know, the main takeaways: use Display Campaign Optimizer. It'll seek out new placements that may or may not convert and test them. It's a way to grow your campaign without really doing much. And the same holds true for display as in regular, search. You always want to be testing your ads. You always want to be creating more and trimming back. So this needs to be done on this one too. There's also ad extensions. I don't think that any of these actually apply to. Yeah, see, they don't really apply to display, so you can usually leave those alone. And that's the display network.